leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet points to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more.
In the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag.
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 120!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a one. Yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That's what I do.
Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
57.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And take it right on the 30. A good return there. Call it 30. Yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Darnold from the gun. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I got you. I got you. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Man, 80. I'm on.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Wentz steps away to his left, and it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, exit.
Now a give, right side. McFarland, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Here's Britton Colquitt now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second and 12, Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Wentz. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The sack by Jordan Willis.
They kill. They force don't kill. Hey, Charlie.
4 down.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Taken in at the 11. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
64, weak, under 10.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go, son. All ladies. Hey, lady. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. It was the free safety, Jordan Poyer, that time there to make the play in coverage. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team. In a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Mike, son. Hey, lady. You draw corporate.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Devontae Freeman. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Jets 10, Bills nothing. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. To throw, it's Wentz. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing his Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Darnold. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He gets it to Cooks. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Jets take over 4th and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the line.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Even, 4 down, even.
Here's Darnold. It's caught left side by Cooks. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Darnold now to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Wentz. He finds Coleman. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Hauschka with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 27, Darnold. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold, and he fires one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
3, 218, chopper.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. On first down, Coleman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. Now Wentz. It's caught by Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Darnold from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That throw good for 4. It's second down. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Wentz going to throw. And he finds Tyler Kroft. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Wentz now on first down. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. Hauschka adds the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
To throw again on second down, Darnold. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Throwing now is Wentz. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Wentz. And this is caught. That's Watkins. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Quentin Williams in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. You got it, son. Hey, number 28.
Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Darnold. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And John Brown's got it complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Coleman. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Wentz to throw. And incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
6-6, pull it high.
To throw is Wentz. And able to find Dorsett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now Wentz. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Back to throw. Wentz. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him a gain of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wentz. That's caught. It's Coleman. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He finds Coleman. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bills, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all